Hello guys, I hope you're doing great and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about one of the most barbaric invasions in the history of mankind. Yes, you heard it right, in the history of mankind, and that took place in India, the Taimur's invasion. Let me take you back to the year 1398. Taimur Lang, a nomad king who was ruling the city of Samarkand in Uzbekistan. His ancestors were the Mongols and they tried to enter India. They came all the way down to River Sindh but never crossed it and came into Punjab. They went the other way around and went and attacked Persia, which is known as Iran and Iraq today. But this man, the man that we are talking about in today's video, Taimur Lang, his intention, his ideology was not to extend his empire, was not to create an empire, but to unleash havoc and terror. He wanted to decimate, destroy, and create authority wherever he conquered. He wanted to keep it under his control, not in the aim of ruling or administrating, but just to unleash terror. And this man had been eyeing for India for a long period of time now, as India was known as the Sone ki Chidiya, the golden bird at that time. So he was eyeing for India because India was known for a lot of wealth, gold and whatnot. And at that time, India was being ruled by very weak rulers, the Delhi Sultanate's descendants, the Tughlaq dynasty. And at that time, the king who was ruling Delhi was Nasruddin Muhammad Shah of the Tughlaq dynasty, and he was a very weak emperor. This was a long period after the Tughlaq dynasty has declined in India, and this was the best time for Taimur Lang to enter into India. He came all the way down to the River Sindh, crossed it. It was not a big hassle for him. Came to Punjab, conquered Punjab, and took about 100,000 prisoners. These prisoners included both Hindus and also Muslims. And when Muhammad Shah came to know of this, instead of suing for peace, he tried to prepare his army to face off against Taimur Lang. His ministers and generals advised him not to fear of the limping Taimur Lang. He was limping as he had injured his leg from a battle. But however, they underestimated who this person was. But this in fact angered Taimur Lang even more, to the point where he asked his men, his soldiers, to slaughter all 100,000 of their slaves. And within an entire night, they slaughtered and slaughtered and slaughtered almost 100,000 prisoners that they took from the province of Punjab. There is a very famous folklore which goes like a religious literate was reading out Quran to Taimur Lang, but Taimur Lang said, there aren't enough men to slaughter those 100,000 people. Why don't we go slaughter them too? That was the kind of man Taimur Lang was. Now this feared the people of Delhi. They were scared to death because they knew Taimur Lang and his men were ruthless. They wouldn't even mind killing a children, because according to Taimur Lang, a man who's not an enemy is a man with no head. That's the kind of man Taimur Lang was. He never had mercy for anybody. He slaughtered people just to unleash havoc and terror, and he got a kick out of it. Now he was marching all the way towards Delhi, but they had one problem to face, that is the elephant army of Muhammad Shah. Now elephant armies are very unique. It's a very unique feature to an Indian army. Back in those days, they always carried elephants with them, and this was the first time Taimur's horsemen, his infantry, was facing something as lethal as an elephant army. In order to counter this, he orders his soldiers to dug out trenches, field fortifications, and thrown spikes which were made out of iron to counter the elephant attack. And meanwhile, his infantry just cut right through the army and slashed out everyone. And within a matter of a day, Muhammad Shah's army did not last for even a day, and within an entire day, he finishes off the entire battle and kicks open the door which led him right to Delhi. The people of Delhi were so scared that they surrendered to Taimur Lang, and in fact even welcomed him into Delhi, and they just gifted him with numerous number of valuables. But however, Taimur Lang was feeling a little uneasy in Delhi because his mission was accomplished. His mission was not to extend his empire or to administrate any place. His mission was simply to create terror and threaten people and to show how powerful he was. But bad news soon came to the people of Delhi when Taimurlang heard that the small rulers that he captured in the province of Punjab and the other small kingdoms surrounding Delhi, the rulers of those kingdoms tried to flee. Now this annoyed Taimurlang very much, and he ordered soldiers to kill every single person in Delhi. His soldiers entered street by street, house by house, and slaughtered every single man, woman, and children. What happened to men and children were comparatively empathetic to what was carried out on women. Inexplicable brutalities were unleashed upon women, and almost for a span of 10 days, this continued every single day in Delhi. It is said that after all this was over, there were thousands and thousands of slaughtered corpses all over the city of Delhi. And it took them several months to recover from what has happened, and Delhi, the historic city of Delhi, looked like hell itself, as there were eagles and vultures surrounding the city, and a blood river was running down the river Yamuna. His soldiers, after all this was over, confiscated, looted, sacked every single valuables that belonged to these people and returned back to Samarkand. But the damage that was unleashed upon Delhi continued to affect them for several decades, and they were economically pushed so back. And it is also said that after this incident, no other Tughlaq ruler was able to establish authority because they were weakened and ruined so economically, and all their wealth was stolen. Numerous number of temples were destroyed. All the wealth that was available in Delhi and the surrounding cities were taken away by Taimurlang and his men. This weakened Delhi so much that almost after a century later, it opened the gates for Babur because there was not an enough king, an able person to defend Delhi, and that opened the gates for Mughal dynasty. This incident, the invasion of Taimurlang, is one of the most horrific manslaughters and genocides in the history of mankind.
I'ma take it.